So how much time should maybe that person who's just starting on Facebook, for example, how much time per week would you recommend that they spend on it? Because from what we know, you can get buried. You can spend hours and hours and hours a day, and you really have to manage that very well. How much time?
No, honey. You get your laptop, okay? This is what Mama does. You get a laptop, okay? Why the boob tube is blonde? Because us baby boomers, we like our TV on, even in background noise, okay? So you have the TV on, you're on your laptop, you're in your recliner, okay, in the evening, and you spend about 20 minutes on Facebook.
Perfect.
And you spend 2 minutes on Twitter. And you spend maybe 20 minutes on your website, and you're done. And that's it.
Good.
You don't have to spend your whole day doing this, but you might as well do it while you're sitting in your lounge chair, in your recliner with your laptop. And what you do is you put stuff on there that makes sense to people, okay? You don't put, gee, the dog went to the bathroom today and I'm going outside to pick up the newspaper. Nobody cares about that. You put on there, hey, did you know that the interest rate went down today? What I blog are about is my social issues, like the banks. So when I was doing a short sale and I was mad at 2 banks, I was Twittering and I was blogging and I was Facebooking. Do you know those banks suddenly came to the table and we closed within 4 weeks of me?
Right, there's a lot of power there, that's for sure. And that it's a perfect example of how powerful and how many people go to the internet and those type of sources to get information. And so knowing that, do you purchase search words or search engine optimization? You don't do anything like that?
No. I have never purchased anything.
Okay.
The crawlers,
except for your website. You say it's important to have the website.
Yes, well, you have to purchase a website.
Right,
okay.
right.
But the search engine crawlers, and my wise taught me this. I was not born knowing this. The search engine crawlers, number one, they're looking for organic material. If you see the things on the side, you know they paid for them. People are going to discard that. If you see the thing at the top, you know you paid for it. People are not going to discard that. If you get page 1, 2, or 3 in whatever you're trying to do, then that's good, okay? Keyword, always write keywords. Always do meta tagging, okay? And always do this no matter what you are doing. And if you blog, keep up with it. Don't write a blog and go back next year, maybe you'll write another blog. Whatever you're blogging, you keep up with it and you keep up with what's going on, because everything becomes stale. And if it becomes stale, the crawlers out there, and I don't know why they're called crawlers, I guess little spider things, but the crawlers out there, that's what they're looking for.
And that's a really complex subject that I know a lot of our technology people here at RE/MAX headquarters can help with. But briefly, can we kind of give an overview of what a meta tag is so that...
A meta tag is what you put on the back end of your websites or articles. When you go in to do a blog, let me tell you a good site for you agents. It's called Active Rain. A lot of the agents in the United States use Active Rain. You put your articles on there. You can blog about your listings on there, and then they'll say meta tag. Okay, so if you have a house that you want people to look at, you know, don't put 4-bedroom, 2-bath as a meta tag. Duh, you know, put marinas, shopping, locations, whatever that they're going to be looking at.
Golf course,
yes.
senior housing community.
What, or you know, or near downtown or near whatever, you know, put that in there, because that's what they're going to be typing in to Google, Yahoo, Bing, Ping Pong, whatever they're doing now. They're going to be typing that in there, and that's where they are going to look, and they'll come up. I've gotten referrals from Active Rain, from agents, and I've gotten clients from there.
That's a great tip, Active Rain. I know that's a very well-traveled site in our business. So at our broker conference in August, which was in Chicago, Dave Liniger talked about Gen Y driving the next housing boom and what that would look like. What can agents do now to prepare for Gen Y coming of age and being ready to purchase real estate? What can we do now?
They're already purchasing hard. I have one girl. She has bought 6 properties from me, and I property manage them. Okay, she invests all her money into real estate. A lot of the first-time home buyers that Jennifer was talking about are Gen Ys right now. Okay, believe it or not, Gen X's can't save. The baby boomers, we had savings, but they're gone now because we had them in other places. The Gen Ys save. I'll give you an example. first-time home buyer, 24 years old, in the Navy, did a VA loan, okay, 100% financing. And I negotiate all the closing costs and stuff for him. But I told him, I said, Jeff, go in, I want you to start saving money. We're going to close in 10 weeks. And when you save the money, I said, you might want to buy down points or something, but we got to be prepared. I want you to save some money. He said, well, what am I going to do? Be your trusted advisor. You want to be the trusted advisor. So I come off as Southern Mama. Good. I said, honey, here's what you're going to do. I bought him a cookbook. I said, you're going to learn to cook. He said, you're going to cook. You're going to stop eating out. You're going to stop doing all this socializing. You're going to invite people over to your house and cook hot dogs on the grill. This is what you're going to do. Well, she was in an apartment. He said, okay. That boy saved about $5,000. And he's a single. So there's the two things Dave was talking about. I have a single female investor. I have a single male investor. Now I have a first-time home buyer who's a single male. Okay. Well, what he did with this money, do you think he went out and bought new furniture? No. No, and he was fine at closing. He didn't have to bring a cent to closing. What he did was, the lady that was selling the house, she owned it for 40 years. She was moving to see her grandchildren. She wanted to leave furniture. They said, yes, retro. I said, good, let's do shabby chic. He says, what's that? So I sent him over to Barnes & Nobles and Books A Million to sit there and browse for free and look at books. He was happy. So then he got ideas. Then they ran them by me. And I said, yes, let's do this. He went to Craigslist, he went to eBay, and he went to yard sales. The house is gorgeous. He has got materials, he's gotten lawnmowers, he's got all kinds of stuff that he can do with the money that he saved for doing this. Generation Ys are savers. They are savers, and they are bargain hunters, and they are internet gurus, and they flock together in entourages all over the place.
So becoming that trusted advisor that you mentioned is really key for agents to identify someone like you were just speaking about, this gentleman that you've done a great job for. It sounds like it's really good to be that, like Jennifer was saying, that trusted advisor.
They call me for I have clients. Elaine, it's so and so's birthday. Where should we go eat? I said, okay. I tell them where to go eat.
You become part of their lives.
I want them to think I'm their family, because I usually remind them of a mother, aunt, a sister, because I'm always telling them what to do. Imagine that.
So what are some other ways to appeal to the Gen Y? I mean, aside from what you're just talking about, what are some other ways that have worked for you? Maybe your assistants have helped you appeal to that generation.
Well, you got to know their lingo, okay? So you need to go pick up somebody's children if you don't have any in that age group, or somebody you know, and spend some time with them. Go out, eat lunch with them, talk to them, learn what's important to them, and talk their lingo. The biggest thing I can tell you on sales, I don't care what age group, is when you talk to somebody, you find out a common interest, okay? You find out a common interest. If you have a common interest, I don't care what age group you are, then you develop rapport. Once you develop rapport, then they start to trust you. Once they start to trust you, you become the trusted advisor.
Great. So one more question before we wrap here with you. We talked a lot about Gen Y. Excuse me. What are the challenges of maybe working with Gen X versus Gen Y? How would you work with those two groups differently?
Gen X, right now, usually are on their second house. Okay? So they are a little bit more savvy, but they don't save. So you're going to have to, but luckily they've got some equity now built up, which is good. You still have to know your product. I don't care what you're going to sell them or what you're going to talk about. You have to do your research. One of RE/MAX's slogan is education is power. You take it to the bank. Education is power. It doesn't have to be all those ABCs after your name, but it's research and knowing what you're doing. And if they ask you something, it doesn't matter. I mean, just don't say off the top of your head something that's wrong. They're going to check you out. They're going to go and check you out, and they'll call you on it, and then you've lost your trust factor. If you don't know, say, look, I'm not sure. Let me do some research and get back with you. They like honesty. Gen X is really, really big on the honesty issue. They are very